What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What's going on, everybody? It is Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Recap and analysis and reactions to the Carolina Panthers is what I do here on this channel. Live streams just like this, podcast, film breakdowns, all of the above. So if you want to see more videos about the Panthers, the god-awful Panthers that we love to hate and talk about, we love to love, I guess, whatever. They don't like us back, whatever it is. But if you want to see more of that type of stuff, hit the subscribe button down below and that bell icon. The bell icon is going to make sure you get a notification every time I drop videos. And if you want in-depth breakdowns and extra film breakdowns with college prospects and Panthers in-depth film breakdowns, go ahead and check out the Patreon. It's patreon.com/UB Sports Talk. That is patreon.com/UB Sports Talk. And you'll be able to get more bonus content. And it's the best way to support the channel. We got a lot to talk about today. Panthers fall to 1-10 after being defeated by those Tennessee Titans, man. It was not... it was pretty much nothing surprising, man. Nothing surprising. This was pretty much business as usual for the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. This has pretty much been the same script for the last 11, 12 weeks of the season for the Carolina Panthers. Typical abysmal performance from the offense. Some suspect play calls and decisions from the head coach. And the defense that plays competitive, they just aren't quite good enough to carry an offense. They're good. They get stops and do their thing and play above their means, but they don't get turnovers. They don't create points. It's not good enough for as bad as our offense is. So typically game is pretty much how it is. They keep it exciting enough just to get you to watch the whole thing, but it's never pretty along that way and along that journey. So we're going to talk about that and more. Got to talk about offense, defense, some key points, some news that came out today before the game and after the game with the pressers and stuff. A lot of things to get into, man. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to get into this chat, though. My boy Dan Floyd, what up, though? When you drop through the chat, leave a what up, though. And the you know, the hand emoji. Dan is doing the wrong emoji. Dan is doing the wrong emoji. Leave a what up, though emoji. And shout out your boy. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Mike Dupree, what up, though? Jamel Hall, what up, though? Skateboard Mike, what up, though? Kellen Bean, what up, though? Mike Wynn said dunk, what up, though? What's good, man? What up, Mike? What up with his team, though? That's what J Rock said. What up with his team, though? We're going to talk about it, man. He said, bless your heart, Duncan. y'all watching the stream out of sympathy and pity now with the team so bad. Y'all know how the struggle is for me to get up here and live stream. Y'all saying bless my heart. I appreciate the I don't know what I call it, condolences or the sentiments. It is tough. It's tough, man, but y'all know what I say. I would not dare get onto one of these live streams without having a beer in hand. Today, I am drinking a local brewery, hashtag set brew free, beer free, Reformation Brewery. This is Cadence. It's pretty good. It is a Belgian style ale, 6.9 alcohol by volume. It is locally brewed here in Georgia, here in Woodstock, Georgia. Very, very, very quality beer, if I do say so myself. You know, I'm a Belgian guy for my beverages of choice, but we'll see. Tyler Beatty, what up, though? Say what up, 1-10, though. Brendan Ray, what's good, man? What up, though? Charles, what up, though? Panther Blue, what up, though? Turnstile. Hey, this is a good YouTube username for the Carolina Panthers. Turnstile O-line. Turnstile O-line. Turnstile may be generous. I've seen more resistance from a turnstile. I've seen more resistance from a speed bump. This is getting ridiculous, man. Our offensive line is bad, man. It's Michael Jackson bad. And this is crazy. We're going to get into that, though. We're going to get into that, though. Made for more. What up, though? My guy Christian, what's good, brother? What up, though? Ted, what up, though? What's good, man? See, he currently teamless. You a free agent, brother. You can say he free agent. So our defense for his four straight punts in our offense could get one more TD. Janelle Henry, what up, though? Aaron Zinnerman, what up, though? when the mocks coming out. I can start doing the mocks every week if y'all want me to. I just don't. The little algorithm thing according to PFF and all the mock draft makers, they just all over the place. But it is what it is. Exactly. You know how they say when they say bless your heart. It's bad, man. That's that church mother. That's that church mother in the South pity. You know what I'm saying? Said tickets going for $11 for the next home game. Said tickets go bad. They going for $11 for the next home game. That's cheaper than a Popeyes 3-piece dinner. Hey, man. It's crazy because inflation is hitting everything in the economy, but the Panthers ticket prices are going down. That man said you can Panthers tickets $11. $11, bro. $11 to get into a Panthers game. Is that real? Is that real, bro? Because that's crazy. $11. And I bet you it comes with a 2-piece Supremes combo. You pay $11, it's gonna come with a 2-piece Supremes combo with a sweet tea and a bow round. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. I seen them try to push a Black Friday sale, 2 games for $105. You got to go to the Packers game and the Bucks game. $105 for Black Friday sale. I guarantee you it's gonna be cheaper than that probably on its own. That's not a Black Friday sale. But $11 has got to be embarrassing. I haven't checked, but $11 has got to be embarrassing. Like you said, you can get a Popeyes 3-piece more expensive than a ticket to the Panthers game. Trenches. Omar, what up, though? There you go, Dan. You got it right. What up, though? It's Justin. What up, though? What's good, man? My boy Blue. What up, though? That pity in the South. Said dinner with PD Pablo or the Panthers tickets. I'm going to the dinner. Oh, man. They said it costs more to go. You can go see Captain Marvel. You can go see Captain Marvel for cheaper. For more expensive than going to see the Panthers. Said on Vivid Seats, they $11. They're giving tickets away. It costs more to park. Bro, the space outside of the stadium. The space outside of the stadium is more expensive than sitting in the stadium and watching the team. Trenches, man. Trenches. And I'm laughing because it's really the only thing we can do. The only thing you can do is laugh. And like Josh says, keep pounding. You can only laugh and keep pounding. The only thing you can do is laugh and keep pounding. Because it just gets worse and worse, man. It just gets worse and worse. And the thing is, it's the same thing over and over again. And we tune in every Sunday to hopefully something changes, but it don't. It don't change. It does not change. It don't change. The script is already written, bro. The script, he said, at least you can watch the Hawks. He said the I turned and watched the Hornets and Melo got hurt. Oh man. He said D3 soccer games cost more. Trenches. Hey man. So the thing about it is, man, and I'm gonna talk high level before we get into the details of the game, because according to reports, David Tepper before the game is going to wait till the offseason. Reports came out from Ian Rappaport that David Tepper is going to wait until the offseason to evaluate Frank Wright. And to me, that tells me that you don't want to fire him in season. What is there to turn around at this point? We're 11 games in. There's 6 games left. If we somehow miraculously ran the table, which is not happening, you're still finishing with a losing record. You're 7-10. This season has gone completely awry. You would just be banking on that you would have a Detroit Lions, you know what I'm saying, type of turnaround where they had that 1 year where they started bad, finished strong, and they parlayed that into momentum. And here they are now. That's the only thing you'd be banking on if he turned it around and you decide to keep him around. But I think people have talked about it. There was a discussion on Twitter. Like, where has this team improved as the season has gone by? From the 17 weeks of training camp, preseason, until now, where has this team improved? And I'm going to tell you right now, as a person that was at all the training camp practices, as a person that broke down the film during the preseason, and have been following this team closely as a content creator, I'm going to say nothing. This team has not improved in any facet. Everything has regressed. Bryce Young regressed. The running game, we never really even had that established. We had a good game in the first game of the week of the season. That has regressed. Offensive line has regressed. Injuries have piled up. Receivers regressed. People are starting to really key in on Adam Thielen, so we can't even get him the ball anymore. Your rookie wide receiver that you drafted in round 2 regressed. Free agent that you picked up regressed. Icky Ekwonu, the number 6 overall pick from last year, regressed. Where has this team improved in any facet of the game? I'm talking offense. Defense, I feel like we're treading water and being competitive. It could be better had we had the injuries not killed us, and they're making do with what they do. I'm talking about what Frank has his hands on directly, which is the offense. Where has there been any improvement? Because like I said, I've been watching this game from day one, from the first training camp practice to the last one, breaking down the preseason film. I have not seen it, man. And we thought getting an offensive coach would help cure the woes of this franchise's history of unproductive offenses. Because we had defensive coaches, but it hasn't. Somebody said even Frank Wright's excuses in press conference have regressed. Yeah, Dan was at training camp with me. Said he saw Chark. Just Chark, nothing. We haven't got anything from DJ Chark since they put pads on at training camp. The first week of training camp, he was cooking. He has not really done anything since. But it's getting bad, man. Like, there's been no things for growth, nothing to build upon, nothing to hang our hat on. It's crazy. But it just doesn't, there's nothing to build on going into next year. You're better off just resetting and building it from the ground up again. Because Frank Wright is going to have to go back to the draw. If you run it back with Frank, because you're saying that you want to evaluate in the offseason, if you run it back with Frank, he's going to have to go completely back to the drawing board, rethink the staff, rethink his approach for everything, rethink the offense, and start over anyway. Might as well get a fresh brain, a fresh mind, somebody younger, whether offense or defense, somebody that just looks at the game different. Frank Wright is a dinosaur. The game has come and passed him by. The game is coming past Frank Wright by. Some people said he got fired last year. That should have been a red flag. For him to get hired the year after he got fired, it should have been a red flag. It should have been. But they hired him anyway because he's offensive-minded head coach. They sold us on the nostalgia because he was the first quarterback in franchise history. This all-star coaching staff. They said he had a plan. What is the plan? He couldn't have had a plan. You mean to tell me his plan was so much better than Steve Wilks? They said that Frank Wright sold a plan on the coaches he wanted to bring in and all this and that. He had connections, and Steve Wilks couldn't put together the same type of staff that Frank Wright could. But to me, I don't think Frank had a plan. I think he had some ideas, and he sold Tepper. But a lot of the stuff just seemed like Tepper was cutting the check. He just needed somebody that was a good guy, that had some football connections, that would be willing to hear him out. Because it seems like most coaches with some kind of sense are staying away from this franchise. So he needed a face. But why would Frank Wright not take a year off like Doug Peterson or Mike McCarthy, reset, rethink, look at the game a little bit different. Because even Mike McCarthy was like that. They were saying in Green Bay, his ideas were stale. They were old. Him and Aaron Rodgers weren't meshing. He stepped back, took a year off, hired Kellen Moore, even fired Kellen Moore, and now he's offensive coordinator, a very productive offense, successful team with the Cowboys. Pressure is on him, obviously. But he was smart to take a year off and reassess himself. Self-scout. Frank Wright did not do that. There was an opportunity for him to come back to North Carolina where he started that initial thing, the nostalgia. A chance where he could be closer to, he has a home, because he still has a home here in North Carolina. Because this is a great place for 30-somethings and a place to retire. His family and grandkids live in North Carolina. We've heard that. Even hooked his family up with a job for the team, which was a little bit of nepotism there. And if it don't work out, he can just ride off into the sunset with his money and go be a consultant for his brother. His brother coaches for the local Division II football team in North Carolina, Wingate. So like it was an offer he couldn't refuse. Close to your grandkids and your family where your house is. A good retirement place that you can ride off into the sunset when you're done. Probably a boatload of money from David Tepper. Who says no? Who says no? This is back-to-back times that David Tepper has gotten sold on plans from coaches that have no idea what they're doing. Didn't Matt Rule sell him on this 7-year plan? That the Jay-Z-like Rock Nation 7-year Matt Rule plan? And the same thing happened with Frank. Got sold on the plan. David Tepper got to get out of his own way, yo. And then reports want to come out that he wanna leave the locker room after the game dropping F-bombs. Leaving the locker room dropping F-bombs. For what? Why are you dropping F-bombs? You brought it to yourself. You brought it on yourself. Why you want to get mad? Everything that happens on this team, I'm done blaming individuals without blaming the guy that starts at the top. That's just what I'm on right now, y'all. Everything about this program and franchise stinks because of the guy that owns it. I'm done sparing them, dog. Basement, you can call us in the basement or whatever. You can call the basement fans tweeting from the basement, streaming from the basement, whatever you want to call it. You listening. Apparently you hear it. Apparently it gets under your skin. We're not even in the basement. We're in the trenches. You took a team, you bought a team that the year before in 2017 went to the playoffs. Wild card berth with Cam Newton. Came in, fired Rivera after a couple years. Brought in Matt Rule. Allowed him to run off franchise legends. Wanted to do it your way, thinking outside the box. But you're wrong, man. You want to do it yourself. You want to do it yourself and say, I did it. I hired this guy. Matt Rule, he's a college coach. I'm going to give him a 7-year deal. Nobody's out here giving 7-year deals. You gave Matt Rule a max contract just because you were scared for him to get on a plane to go interview with the New York Giants. This man told you that he was going to see the Giants. Gave you a chance to raise an offer. You gave him 7 years, $63 million. Sight unseen. You gave Matt Rule a max contract. Ridiculous. That blew up in your face. You were slow to fire him. You fire him in the offseason, you might get Mike McDaniel. But no, you want to try him out for 5 or 6 games and then fire him. But for being stupid, you got rewarded. A coach, Steve Wilkes, fell in your lap. Motivated, had an identity. The players wanted to play for him. Players were campaigning for him. Gave Panthers fans hope. Had us playing relevant football in January for the first time since you bought the team. But nah, you want to do it your way. He's not my guy. He's a guy, but he's not my guy. So you wanna think outside the box and ran that man over to San Francisco for a defensive coordinator position. But you want to bring in Frank Wright. Like, come on, man. I'm done putting all the blame on one person without sprinkling in a little bit of David Tepper blame. Because he deserves it. It's a trickle-down effect from up top. I'm done with it. Shout out to my boy Will Robinson for the super chat. He said, I'm on a cruise ship, still watching this painful ish, and still talking junk to the Saints and Falcons. Hey, man, at least you getting the drinks in. I hope you got the drink package. I hope you got the drink package, and I hope you don't get seasick watching the team. Because this team will make you seasick. Get some Dramamine. Some Dramamine. You know what I'm saying? What else they tell you to do? Pretzels on your neck, whatever they tell you to do. What's all the secrets? You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't let this thing get you sick on that cruise ship. But I'm all about you talking that trash to Saints and Falcons fans. That don't stop. We got to slander them boys any chance we get. The energy got to still be the same. Appreciate that super chat, man. Appreciate that super chat. But back to this David Tepper slander. Matter of fact, real quick, y'all get this video a thumbs up. We got 126 people watching, 32 thumbs up. Let's get a couple of more thumbs up, please. It really helps me out in the algorithm. He said you got that drink package on deck. You got to have it. Got to have it. But please give the video a thumbs up if you don't mind. Because this dude, David Tepper, man, like, and then, like I said, then he want to call us basement fans. But if you listen to the people, the Twitter GMs, the social media general managers, you probably be in a better position right now. Like, common sense ain't so common, man. And David Tepper gotta step back. You can run and cuss and put your head down, leave the locker room, get mad all you want, and cut. It doesn't matter. Until you get out your own way, it ain't gonna matter. Until you get out your own, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. Until you get out your own way, swallow your pride. Focus on the community, bro. Focus on the community. Put your money in the streets. Help improve the Charlotte area. Do what you can. Focus on the soccer team if you want to. But just hire an outside firm to find the next coach and sign off on it. Nah, but you want to do things your way. You rather lose your way than win and have somebody else get credit. And it's crazy to me because are you just cheap? Y'all saying he cheap? But why not just pay the search firm? Because all this money that you're spending on coaches that you got to pay to go away, you could just pay a search hiring firm or agency, whatever you want to call it, to go find the right coach. And then if you have the long-term coach, you save money. That way you're not paying coaches to go away. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you fire Frank Wright, you're not getting bailed out like you did with Matt Rule. Nebraska's not coming to buy out his contract. You're not going to get saved. You're going to have to pay Frank Wright. You're going to have to pay Frank Wright. Frank may not take you to court like Matt Rule did for $5 million. But nobody's going to come around and buy out his contract to hire him to save you. After this, nobody's doing it. Because he left the Colts and everybody try to say Frank's a good guy and the Colts are the problem. Yes, their owner is on drugs. But Shane Steichen is doing a good job despite it. Then you come here, fail, Frank Wright. It's over with. It's over with. Like, just get out the way, man. Get out of the way. You're going to have that come to Jesus meeting and get out the way. You got to get out the way, man. I'm sorry. Fall back. Come to the basement with us. Come down to the basement with us. Stay out the way. Come down to the basement with us. Since you say we in the basement, come down to the basement with us. Stay out the way. Get out the way. Worry about the community. Worry about Charlotte FC. This type of football ain't your strong point, bro, and that's okay. That's okay. Because you overcorrected. You went the inexperienced route, try to think outside the box, go get Matt Rule, an unorthodox hire because he's a college coach, program builder, give him that 7-year deal to be different. And you could tell that Matt Rule's biggest issue was not knowing anything about anything, not practicing red zone, mismanaging the clock. You realize he didn't know what he was doing. He was in over his head. You went and got an experienced coach, somebody that played, somebody that's coached for a while. Then you paid all this money to get him even more experience. You pay all this money for an all-star coaching staff. You overcorrected. You know what happens in the car when you like doze off, when you at the wheel or you hit some black ice or it's wet and you overcorrect, you start swerving and then you crash. Hopefully this is that crash that he needs to have a wake-up call. Or you overcorrect and get back right. And you're like, oh, snap. All right, wake-up call. Let me get right. Is this going to be his wake-up call? Because I think Frank Wright is toast. I think he's going to make it through the year, but he's cooked. Every beat writer, which usually doesn't happen, they're in unison that this is over. It's over. The question is when, not if. It's a done deal. You got Will Kunkel, who left Fox, the local Fox here in the Queen City, went to Houston, tweeting about his sources saying Frank Wright's seat is super hot. You got sources talking across time zones telling beat writers that Frank Wright's seat is hot. It's over, man. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do next? Are you going to stand in the mirror, take your medicine, and leave stuff alone and let the football people do football stuff or not? Because y'all showing up, watching the O-line, watching their drills, staring at the O-line. What is that going to do? Y'all don't know a lick about a pass set. Y'all don't know a lick about pass protection. But you want to show up to practice and watch the offensive line. And then they turn around and have one of their worst performances last week against the Cowboys. Just to double down on them playing even worse this week. So what is you showing up to practice, you and Nicole showing up to practice do? What did that do? What did that do? It's showmanship at this point. It's almost showmanship at this point. You trying to fake the funk for the media to make it seem like you're doing, because you're not doing anything. You can show it to practice if you want to, but what is you being at the drill gonna do? He said, I need security. Hey, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I need security. Said I need security. I hope not. Shout out to my boy Kosher Clinician on the super chat. So David Tepper's biggest issue is paralysis by analysis and relying too much on analytics. It can't measure heart. Exactly. You can't put that type of stuff on a spreadsheet, man. What Steve Wills did to motivate these guys within a season, taking what we had and analyzing what we had and just putting us in the best position for where we were to create something that the players believed in, that the fans started to believe in. We had fans wanting on Steve Wilkes fired off a couple games that we had no business being in anyway. Because the standard just changed. The standard changed. The standard changed. He changed the standard. They started even criticizing him on too harshly. He changed everything. But nah, he wanted his guy. You can't the stuff that the right coach is gonna bring, you can't put it on a spreadsheet. You can't measure it with analytics. There's no algorithm or anything that's gonna tell you that. That's why you need the experts. Hire the experts. Hire the experts. He got another one too. Said Terrace Marshall was productive under Steve Wilkes, but now he's a healthy scratch. We got multiple second-round wide receivers that keep falling on their face. I ain't even got the Scott Fitterer yet. He can go too. I want a clean house. Tear this thing down and start from the ground. Start from the ground. Terrace Marshall inactive. Jonathan Mingo has zero football awareness. Ole Miss and LSU supposed to be wide receiver U. But how do we get 2 misses out of wide receiver U? That's just our luck. And bad evaluation by the front office. You're not supposed to be able to miss A.J. Brown, Elijah Moore, DK Metcalf, Jonathan Mingo, LSU, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Odell Beckham, Landry, Terrace Marshall Jr. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not like the other. And I'm blaming David Tepper for keeping Scott Fitterer around and not just cleaning the house with Matt Rule. I thought Scott maybe deserved another opportunity, so I can't even act like I'm just blameless there. But keeping the GM, hiring the coach, firing the GM, letting the coach hire the GM, then firing the coach. That hopscotch, hickory dickory stuff is stupid. Trying to do things that don't make sense outside the box. That's on David Tepper. That's on Tepper. Hopefully we hear the firing news tomorrow. Something got to give. They got to shake it up, Josh. They got to shake it up. Said Wilkes performed a miracle. And let him go for an offensive guru. They got y'all missing Matt Rule. We in the trenches. 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 But let's get into the game, man. The Panthers offense is bad, man. Like historically bad. How do we hire the first offensive coach in franchise history and we're worse? The Panthers have not scored more than 2 offensive touchdowns since October. Since October, the Panthers have not scored 2 offensive touchdowns. Two. Do you know how bad, like I said, the forward pass was invented to make offense easier. As the years have gone by, rules have continued to be added to the game to make it easier and easier for points to be scored. But the Panthers are setting the game of football back 30 years. Throwing the ball is difficult. Calling plays, getting out the huddle is difficult. You got Frank Wright calling a little dump in the opening drive, calling a dump toss route to Miles Sanders on third down. Some of the worst play calling I've ever seen in my life. Lack of creativity. Like, I don't even know what that was. Because I thought the first play of the game, we went play action, got a chunk play from Bryce to Mingo. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. We moved the pocket so Bryce went under pressure. We faked the handoff. And we got a chunk play right away. I was like, okay, we finna cook today. It only took 4 more plays to get to third and short for Frank Wright to let me know I was stupid for trusting him. They run some wild, crazy, wacky, tacky play, some hickory-dickory trickery to Miles Sanders that loses 5 yards on third down. Now we can't even try to go for it. We were in 4 down territory, in my opinion, on third and one. But then we want to run that crazy stuff to Miles Sanders and lose yards. And that was pretty much the story of the game. The sequencing of play calling is just crazy. Like, if you watch other teams, you can see they do stuff, and they're setting it up for later. They run stuff early in the game, or earlier in the drive, and it sets up a play for later, and they're breaking it down like, oh, they did this all game. They were running it, or ran this little end around. And then they set them up and play action and went over the top and killed them with the trick play. Nah, no creativity. They just be hitting Axe Madden. He is Axe Madden every play. See what comes up. Axe Madden. Axe Madden. No rhyme or reason to the play calling. Nothing ties to each other. Nothing makes any kind of logical sense. But it's just crazy. Like, we got to stop letting Frank cook. We got to. You know what I'm saying? I know it's Thanksgiving week. I'm sure we all had to stomach some food that wasn't the best. And then sometimes with that family member, we just got to tell them, man, like, it's time to stop cooking. It's time to stop cooking. What do we have to lose? Give it back to Thomas Brown. It's whatever. It's time to get Frank out the kitchen, man. You know when the cooking is nasty, you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So you turn the plate over, face down, and press the trash down. You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. The food nasty. But you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, so you turn the plate over, the paper plate, and push it down. Somebody need to do that to Frank. Get him out the kitchen. Get Frank out the kitchen. Said the turkey is dried out. Get him out the kitchen. Somebody said, what is that big? Why does Frank Wright have that big play sheet on the sideline when he only called 3 plays? Oh, man. They said only let Frank bring plates and napkins. Only let Frank bring plates and napkins. The thing is, he the type of person that you let him bring plates and napkins, he gonna show up late to the party. Now we can't eat because we waiting on the plates. Frank Wright is the type that if you tell him to, don't cook, stop cooking, get out the kitchen, just bring plates, he gonna show up late. He is going to show up late, and now we waiting on him to eat because he ain't show up on time with the plates. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I'm 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 not at a loss for words because we just talking, but I just don't understand, bro. I don't understand. And I understand like injuries have been killing us. Like, and it's funny, man. I think we took last year's offensive line. It clearly fooled everybody. It fooled everybody. It was fool's gold. It fooled me because I thought with bringing most of the same group back, we'd be fine. It fooled the front office, and I can't even fault them. They played good last year. But I talked about it. The arrogance they had of thinking that they could just bring in somebody new to pick up the pieces of what was done last year by Steve Wilks instead of giving it to Steve Wilks was on them. But I don't blame them for thinking the offensive line wouldn't regret. Like nobody saw this offensive line regressing this bad. Like this is bad, man. Like Bryce is beating the toughness allegations. This dude is getting destroyed. 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 And he's staying in there. Minor ankle injury. He missed the game. But this dude is getting destroyed, man. And he's still in there, hanging in there. So he's beating the toughness allegations. Beating the too small. As soon as he gets hit, he's gonna break allegations. But the injuries are crazy, man. Like Austin Corbett, IR. Brady Christensen, IR, week 2. Chandler Zavala gets hurt today, hurts his knee. K. Mays, ain't it. I don't even know who Toth is, Toth, Toth. He got worked by Jeffrey Simmons. Nash Jensen, come on down, your shot. Bradley Bozeman been healthy, but he been getting worked too. Nice guy, love what he's done for the community. But he's getting worked. Worked. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And it was fool's gold last year. It's fool's gold. Because we were healthy last year. We were spoiled. Spoiled. Only used 2 combinations of offensive linemen last year. And arguably, the second combination was probably the best one that should have been from the jump anyway. Matt Rule didn't want to start Bozeman over Elfline, but it is what it is. We were blessed. And the football guy said that it's time to pay the piper. The football god said it's time to pay the piper. The injury bug don't spin the block. Y'all got lucky in the O-line being healthy. They spun the block. Spun the block. And guard and corner, I would not want to play guard or corner for this team. Your days are numbered in terms of injuries. If you play guard or corner for the Panthers, your days are numbered in terms of health. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Jeremy on the super chat. Don't let him fool him. Don't let him fool y'all. He's a Cowboys fan. He just be coming in here talking. He's a Cowboys fan. He coming to try to show some support. He's just a Cowboys fan in disguise. Don't let him fool you. What up, Unc? What's going on, man? I see your Raiders. I thought they was gonna steal one from Kansas City for a minute. I thought the Raiders was gonna steal one from Kansas City for a minute. Yeah, please hit that like button if you have not. Please hit the like button, please. It really helps me out in the algorithm. If you want to support, you can do a super chat. My glasses are fogging up because I'm sweating. Glasses are fogging up because I'm sweating. Getting heated in here, guys. Getting heated. But speaking of offensive line, y'all know we got to do it. We got to talk about Icky Ekwonu. Icky Ekwonu got to come to the front of the congregation. Icky got to come to the front of the congregation. Come on, Icky. Come on up. Come on up here. Come on up. We got to talk about you, Icky. Come on up to the front. Like, Icky Ekwonu is a problem, man. Icky Ekwonu is a problem. And I try to stay in my lane in terms of breaking down film and football stuff. So that's why you haven't really seen me do a deep dive into Icky, because I don't really know like footwork and technique. But I know bad when I see bad. I know protection. I know who you're supposed to have. I know what you're supposed to do. I know like leverage and stuff. I don't know like hand placement or what he did wrong or he took too big of a steps or his base was too. I don't know all that stuff. But as a former running back, I know protection. I know who's supposed to have who on certain things when I look at film. I know a little bit of nuances and stuff there in terms of blocking, but I don't know everything. So I try not to go deep dive on that. But Icky is bad, man. You don't have to be an expert to see that Icky is bad and it's a problem. Like, I don't understand why Icky, it's crazy because Icky he never has like little mental mistakes. Like, oh, Icky made a mistake here, just a small mistake or stuff like that. Most of Icky's mistakes come on third down or they're back-breaking, game-changing mistakes. They're always sack fumbles that result in turnovers. They're devastating hits to the quarterback. It'll be a false start on third and short that puts us in the third and medium. They're never small mistakes. Every Icky mistake is huge. It's huge. And it's uncanny how often his mistakes are just devastating, back-breaking mistakes. Turn into 7 points immediately. I haven't seen a player regress this much in my life. This fall from grace has been crazy, man. Like, what happened? Because you can say that, oh, there's a different scheme, but like, there's certain fundamentals that aren't supposed to escape you. There's certain fundamentals. Where are the fundamentals? There's certain fundamentals that aren't supposed to escape you. Like, certain things are just you're lacking technique. You're trying to get away with using athleticism and strength. Like, that strip sack is like I know they call it a lookout block. When you get beat that bad, you supposed to yell, look out. I don't know why he didn't yell, look out to Bryce. He should have just yelled, look out. Told him, look out. Bryce could have at least held the ball instead of trying to, because Bryce was trying to throw and got stripped. You call that a lookout block. When you get beat that bad, just yell, look out. Can't even do that. It's bad, man. Like, it's, I don't even know what to call Icky at this point. Like, you can't even call him a speed bump. Y'all remember when Matt Khalil, when Cam Jordan would call him Speed Bump McGee? Can you call Icky a speed bump? I've seen more resistance from a speed bump. Y'all want to call him a turnstile, but he's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that much resistance. Like, continuously getting your quarterback destroyed from his blind side. We can't afford for Icky not to work out. I'm going to tell you right now, we can't afford for Icky to not work out. That resets our clock on this rebuild so much. We haven't had the revolving door at left tackle all that time. Y'all remember Byron Bell, Michael Orr, Rimmers, Khalil. We've tried all the names, man. All the names. This is the first year we've had a starting left tackle in consecutive years in what, 10 years since Jordan Gross retired? We can't afford for Icky not to work out because we need weapons. We need weapons. We can't afford to have to keep addressing the offensive line at key positions. Hey, man, this is the comment of the night. Comment of the night. Comment of the night. If you know, you know. Hey, he's supposed to yell Ricky. Like Cuba Gooding Jr. He's supposed to yell Ricky. Like Cuba Gooding Jr. Hey, man, if you know, you know. A classic. A classic. That went triple platinum in my house. Love that movie. But Icky, I lost my train of thought. We can't afford for Icky to be bad. We can't afford for him to be bad, man. We can't. That's like I said, that's adding just more time onto this rebuild. We don't have money to spend on a left tackle because they don't really hit the market that often anyway. We already tried to address that finally in the top 10. Like I said, you know the names that we ran through. I ran down the list. We can't afford to. So he's got to work out somehow. They got to figure it out. Too high of draft capital invested in him just to give up on him right away. I'm not giving up on him because we can't afford to. We need weapons. We can't afford to be looking for a franchise left tackle again. Ricky! But we can't afford, man. One more person, man, we gotta talk about. Jonathan Mingo. Jonathan Mingo, come on, man. Come to the front of the congregation. Come on, Jonathan Mingo. Come on, Jonathan Mingo. Come on, man. I know you're a rookie, but come to the front of the congregation. We gotta talk about it. Come on, Mingo. Come to the front of the congregation. It's time, brother. And the thing is, man, I'm not even going to go too hard on Mingo because I understand he's a rookie, just like Bryce. There's going to be rookie mistakes. I understand there's going to be rookie mistakes. He said he had that Ricky on standby. Do I think Icky's playing different? Probably to an extent, but there's still certain fundamentals that he's just not executing. There's certain fundamentals that Icky's not executing. But I still think that it's malpractice to not give Icky help. Like even McAdoo was putting tight ends and giving him chips. Like to help him out. Frank is leaving him on the island. Frank is leaving him on an island. No help whatsoever. Malpractice. And like I said, Mingo got to come to the front of the congregation. And like I said, I'm not going to go too hard on him because he's a rookie. He's a rookie. There's certain things that it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for Mingo about certain things. It's going to be a learning curve. I understand. But like effort, like mental mistakes, like not even like mental mistakes like, oh, I ran the wrong route or I read the coverage wrong, because we've seen that. Like Mingo did not sit in the zone coverage, or he stopped his route because he thought that it was man coverage. But the effort last week against the Cowboys on that pick six, inexcusable. Inexcusable. Today, you running wide open on routes. No football awareness or instinct to slow down at all. You're going to run yourself out of the play, and then you jump, reach behind you, and flail and drop the ball. Like, that's not rookie mistakes to me. That's beyond rookie mistakes. Because like I said, you run the wrong route, you drop a pass, I'm going to give you grace. Because like I said, you're a rookie. Stuff happens. Because you did make some plays, so I'm not even going to get on you that hard. Made some plays. But like, effort, that's free. You don't have to teach that. You don't have to teach that. That's free. There's no exercise to work on effort. It's just some of his situational awareness in terms of just blocking and like the route running. It just ain't clicking, man. And he got time because we have no choice. We need Mingo to work out. He may not be wide receiver one, but he needs to be a factor. I believe a better coach can use him in better scenarios. So I'm not even going to really, I'm not saying it's over with for him. He's a rookie. But man, effort, just awareness. Don't be a robot. Be a football player. You know what I'm saying? If you were just making like rookie mental stuff, it'd be different, bro. But like, come on. Jeremy said Cowboys pick six. You say yes. The effort, man. The effort went there. The effort. You can't teach that. Steve Smith said, give Mingo 2 to 3 years. At the rate of this play, I'll be pulling out that Jay-Z quote for 7 years while I watch him walk out the door on year 4 and trade it for a 7th. The sad part is, bro, if he on that, if he's on that Terrace Marshall Jr. trajectory, you ain't even gonna get a 7th for him. They allowed Terrace Marshall Jr. to seek a trade. They couldn't get a trade. Could not. Said Mingo issues remind me of C.J. Henderson. You're not exactly wrong. Said Mingo my favorite player then. Yeah, Mingo made some plays, man. He made some plays, but it's just sometimes, bro, like he looks lost out there. He looks lost out there sometimes, man. He looks lost out there. It's just nothing. There's not going to be anything positive to pull from to evaluate Bryce. Like this year is really a throwaway year. What have we learned about Bryce Young? He could take a hit. He could take a hit. That's pretty much all we're going to learn because nobody can get open. Nobody can protect him. The coaching is horrible. We're really going to have to, this is a throwaway year. We have learned nothing about the future of Bryce Young. We see some flashes, but we also see mistakes that he never made before. So it's a mixed bag. We really know nothing about Bryce Young after this year. You're not going to learn anything. Any kind of definite thing one way or the other, it's a crapshoot. You wouldn't put money on it. You wouldn't put money on it one way or the other. You just can't learn. You can't really take away anything from what you know about Bryce. It's hard, bro. You can't even evaluate this year. We lost a year. You're supposed to get these guys on rookie contract deals and build a team up around them because you have more money. But we can't even figure out if he's the guy or not. We can't. It's a throwaway year, man. It's a throwaway year. And it sucks. And it's all David Tepper's fault. I told y'all I'm not letting him get by. Carl said it. Panthers don't value route running and wide receivers, and BY excels with good route running receivers. We see that with Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen's just slow as molasses at this point. And they double teaming him, so it's over. They render him ineffective because they're double teaming Adam Thielen. Yeah, scramble drills ain't a thing. Bryce Young's actually trying to buy time. Nobody's open. Bryce doesn't realize that, like, hey, the more time you buy, it's not going to help guys get open. It's not going to help guys get open. You got to just get rid of the ball, Bryce. Don't take hits. Get rid of the ball. Buying these guys more time is not going to help them. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to help them. That wasn't Bryce's parents they showed. I don't know who that was exactly. That wasn't Bryce's parents that they showed on TV with the Alabama gear. So is next year a throwaway year? I hope not. I think if we get the right coach, we should be able to make progress next year. This division is trash. Trash. Nobody has their quarterback of the future yet. Nobody has their quarterback of the future. The Saints made a mistake with Carr. The Bucs are just doing whatever because they're not going to be bad enough to get a top guy. And the Falcons are winning enough games that they may be stuck with Ritter. Or they may go get Justin Fields. There's still everything is still in front of you for this division, bro. You're the only one that has something close to their quarterback of the future. Nobody else has even tried. Nobody else has even tried to get their quarterback of the future. So you already got a leg up on them, but you need to build up the rest of your roster. Like I said, you have time, but it ain't looking good. Because like I said, you the only one have even taken a shot at getting your quarterback of the future. Yeah, that was crazy. Saying it's not the coaches is crazy. Saying it's not the coaches is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I said Carr sucks. Bucks got Baker another year. The Falcons will get Field. That's what I'm saying, man. You the only one that's taking a shot You don't want to taking a shot at getting your quarterback of the future. There's still time, bro. But y'all throwing away years, bro. So you can get Jesus on the coach of this team and it don't matter. But let's talk about this defense real quick, man. Let's talk about defense. I mean, what more can you ask for these guys, man? No second half points given up, 4 straight punts to end the game. They did everything but create turnovers. And they almost did. That tip pass by Brian Burns that we tried to get that screen on, missed it. Couple other opportunities, but I mean, what else can you ask for from these guys? What more do you want from the defense besides turnovers? Unfortunately, they got to give us turnovers because the offense is so bad that they need that much help. You literally have to take a horse to water and force him to drink. The old saying about you could take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. But if we want to win any type of games, the defense has to literally waterboard our offense. Like, make them drink. Take them to water and take them to the water. Make them drink. Waterboard them. Make them drink. Give them a turnover. Turn those turnovers into points or run it all the way back inside the red zone. That might even be enough. The defense has done everything but get turnovers. Literally the only gripe is getting turnovers. And that's because we have backup corners. So we have to play conservative in the secondary. When we get JC back, maybe you could play a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you'll be able to get more interceptions and takeaways on the pass game. But it's hard to create turnovers in the pass game because we play so conservative to not give it the big play, which we did a good job of. We did a good job of not giving up the big play. But come on, man. Like, the only thing you can ask for these guys more is create turnovers. So take them to the water and dunk them. Let's look at the numbers. Defense gives up 264 total yards. Held on a 2 of 11 on third down. 185 passing yards. 80 yards rushing. Held on a 3.3 yards per rush. Relatively decent job on one of the better running backs in the league. It's hard to tackle. They were just being a little too passive for me at times in the run game. Like Derrick Henry, he's not a power running back. He's just huge. He's not the easiest guy to tackle, I understand. The first guy, you're probably going to get stiff-armed. You got to just take one for the team. You got to go in there and slow him down, at least get a body on him, hold him up. The gang has to come. The gang has to come and swarm. Swarm, tackle him. And I just saw a little bit, some of the DBs in the secondary were just passive. If he stood up, put a pad on him. It's like a pillow fight out there sometimes. Make him feel you. Make him feel you out there. That's my only gripe about today. He's a big running back, but he's not going to truck you like Earl Campbell. He's not going to truck you like Earl Campbell or Mike Allstott. He wants to just run full. If he gets the full speed, then it's tough to tackle. But if you can get him before he gets going, or you gang tackle him, you'll be all right. That's my only gripe about what they were doing today. Some guys were just too passive. Go get them, man. Don't go for the strip if you're the second man. Lay him out. Make him feel you. Clean him up. That's my only gripe about them today in the turnovers. But the defense played ball, man. Like, you can't really, like I said, you can't ask for anything. They have injuries. They have just as many injuries at corner and all over as we do on the offensive line. And that's what I was talking about. He went for the strip. He didn't lay him out. If he hit him, brought his pass and tried to make him fall backwards, because everybody else had already stopped his motion, he had slowed him down. You got a free shot. Push him backwards. It bothers me, man. And I know he's small, but hit him. But yeah, I mean, it's there's been a lot of injuries. There's been just as many injuries, I'd probably say, as it has on offense. But Ejiro has them playing above their means. Out, I would think they've overachieved for what we've gone through. No JC, no CJ Henderson. DiCaprio Boodle is hurt. Von Bell left the game today. Shaq Thompson's been out since week 2. Brian Burns has missed time. Xavier Woods has missed time. It's crazy. It's crazy. But Ejiro Evero has them playing solid football, man. It's competitive football. Competitive. And we'll see, I mean, if they fire Frank during the year, who becomes interim, but I don't see Frank getting fired. I don't see Frank getting fired during the year. I don't think it does anything for them. I just don't see it, unfortunately. I don't think it does anything. I don't think it's not going to give you a head start on the coaching search. Does it? Does it give you a head start on the coaching search? Because clearly you're not going to hire an interim coach. So that's just my thing. But like I said, all I can ask for is for them to get stops. They got stops. Held them to 17 points. 7 of the points came off a turnover. Another 3 points, came off of stupid game management from Frank Reich. Like, some of the coaching decisions just bad, man. Like, so before the half, you have the ball. There's a minute or so left. You get the 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. You have 2 timeouts. It's 3rd and 1. 38 seconds to go in the half. It's 3rd and 1. And they have no timeouts. You have 2 timeouts. Okay? And you want to try to get some points before half, even though you're going to get the ball back. Fine. Run the ball on 3rd and 1. Run the ball on 3rd and 1 with 38 seconds left. What happens? Best case scenario, you get the first down, you call a timeout. It's 1st and 10 with 1 timeout left. You have a fresh set of downs. Worst case scenario, you don't get it. You go into halftime because the time clock runs out and they don't have a timeout to stop the clock. Fine. No harm, no foul. Wipe your hands. It's what? It's 14. They only have 14 points going into the half. You know what I'm saying? And you're good. It's 14-3 going in the half. You get the ball back, whatever. But what you do is you throw the ball, incomplete, stops the clock. Now you got to punt it. The defense should have prevented them from moving the ball down the field. Fine. It's a rookie quarterback. But if you run the ball and manage the clock and call plays correctly as Frank Reich, you take all that out of the equation. The time runs out. You control your destiny. You control your destiny. You control it, and like I said, time runs out. You go in the half. You get the ball back. No harm, no foul. 14-3 coming out the locker room. Let's go. Nah. Vibes. Let's throw this slant to Chark. Let's throw the slant to Chark. Incomplete. Now we stop the clock with 30-something seconds left. Get the ball back to them. They get a chunk play. And now you set them up. Oh, but good thing you saved that timeout that you didn't run the ball and just call a timeout with. You can ice their kicker just to give him a little bit more time to stretch his leg for a 53-yard field goal. I just don't get it, man. It's just like bad. And it's not even just the roster is bad, but there are bad in-game decisions as well, man. Bad in-game decisions too. Bad timeout management. Bad clock management. Bad decision-making in terms of down and distance and scenarios. Bad play calls. It's just bad all around, bro. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, man. And I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad David Tepper is pissed. I'm glad he's pissed. Now, what you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? But like I said, defense play ball. Derrick Brown had some pressures early in the game. Had a pressure, pushing the pocket on Levis with that deflection. Brian Burns got a sack, had a couple hits. The one he hit Levis one time, it was just a lollipop in the air. Nobody was around him still. Ended up being a big play. Like, it's crazy. And just Dante Jackson, man, like, for a guy that's so fast, I don't know if that Achilles messed with his confidence and he doesn't trust his speed anymore. But it just seems like he gives so much cushion. And I know some of it is coverage, and they give the underneath stuff. But, like, he doesn't, you could tell he doesn't trust his speed anymore, man. And so he doesn't even have any confidence in his speed. He doesn't have any confidence in his speed. And you can see it. It's evident, man. That Achilles injury did something to him, man. We need JC back. We need CJ Henderson back. Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm saying that. We need them back bad. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all family time with Thanksgiving. I took that whole week off from dropping content. I appreciate y'all bearing with me. I'm going to get back in it. I got to get my stuff together. Man. This team takes a lot out of me, bro. I don't want to make videos if my heart not in it. I don't want to force it. I want to try to bring value to y'all, so I don't want to come on here if I'm not at my best. But we're back. We back, and it don't stop. We slandering David Tepper. David Tepper, man, we got to bully him. Bully him into doing what he needs to do. Bully him into doing the right thing. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all Thanksgiving, because we finna go back at it. It's time. It's time. I don't know if it's gonna be my villain origin story. I don't know if it's gonna be my villain origin story, but it's time. It's time to crank up the slander. I'm not being negative about anything without blaming David Tepper. I'm telling y'all right now. Until we realize that he is the main problem, the Pied Piper of this garbage that's going on, we gotta learn. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm about to get up off here. We'll be back with some content this week. Maybe hopefully some news. Maybe we'll hear from Frank. Maybe we'll hear from Tepper. Maybe it'll be some news about somebody getting fired, some trees getting rattled. We'll see. Somebody's seat is warm. If the news is coming, I'll be on top of it, guys. All right? I appreciate y'all. If you have not, please hit that subscribe button down below. This is Unnecessary Blunders. Sports Talk. Recap and analysis of our Panthers. Y'all know what I do. I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.